Hi, my name's Tony Scelzo, and welcome to The Buzz, Indiana's underground business voice. I've got Jennifer Lovell, and your company's name is Not for Hire.
That's correct.
Now, I'm really intrigued by this name. It's a great name. Somebody help you with your branding?
I actually did the branding myself.
Wow. A little bit of a marketer already, right?
Already, yes.
And so you got some background in that. Now, Jennifer, what does Not for Hire mean? What do you guys do?
What do we do? I don't want you to hire me.
Okay.
What we do is we provide professional, basically project consultants who will come in. We help companies who have needs, but they don't want to hire somebody full-time.
Okay.
You don't want to pay me a salary, you don't want to put me on your payroll, you don't want to provide me benefits, but you still have projects and you have work that need to be done.
So they'll pay you by the project?
It could be either by the project or by the hour.
Wow. Now, how'd you come up with this?
I made the decision 7 years ago I was a vice president of sales with Monster.com.
Oh, wow.
Traveled 7 days a week, wasn't great for the marriage.
Yeah.
From that point, started a family and made the decision to stay at home.
Yeah?
But I wasn't comfortable being that full-time mom.
Sure.
So I kept doing projects here and there just to kind of keep my finger in the professional world, if
Sure,
you will.
sure.
And my little guy is getting ready to start kindergarten full-time shortly,
Okay, sure.
and wanted to basically have a career,
Yeah.
but I still wanted to be able to take care of my kids.
Okay.
So that's how Not for Hire came about. I still can take care of my kids, have work-life balance, but I still have a professional side of me as well.
And it's stimulating, challenging, hire and fire people as you wish.
It's awesome in that I can one day maybe be working on a project management consultant job, and then another day I might be doing event planning or marketing strategy. So no 2 days are the same for us.
So what's the best project you've ever had?
The best project I ever had? Exciting ones. I work for one of the contracts that I have now is for a local radio station.
Yeah.
They needed additional salespeople, but they didn't want to hire somebody, bring them on staff. So I'm actually selling advertising for a local radio station.
Cool. So they basically bought like a 30-year time or something like that?
However much time I want to put into it. So I can make as little money or as much money depending on how much time I want to put into it.
Wow, that's awesome. Now, do you outsource? Do you use other people? Do you manage? I mean, if you get a project too big, do you have a bunch of people behind you, kind of like the singular guy?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah?
That's the Verizon guy.
Verizon
I have all the
guy.
Verizon
Okay,
network behind me.
Okay.
I have what I call preferred partners.
Okay.
These are contacts. In fact, I was making a contact as I walked in the door here. I have a client who's wanting to put streaming video on his website, and I personally cannot do that.
Sure.
So I have preferred partners in which I pull in, and we kind of network and work together. So I bring him business at the same time I'm making my client happy.
Doing the Rainmaker thing. Good.
Doing the Rainmaker thing.
Awesome. So what type of target market are there certain businesses you're finding more of that you really are starting to develop maybe even a niche?
I don't have a niche.
Okay.
Someday I might find the path that I'm getting into a niche, but I have right now a client, Bedtime Baby Care. I'm their marketing arm. I have the radio station. I'm working with an engineering company on website development. I have another law firm that I'm doing marketing strategy. So it's basically small to middle-sized companies.
Okay.
And they have project needs, but they don't want to hire that person full time.
So are they in high growth mode? Are they just to the size that they're kind of at that point where they don't know they want to make the full commitment of another employee?
It could be either way. They could be in growth mode. They can also be companies who've laid off recently. And just because they've had to lay off doesn't mean they still don't have the same amount of workforce or projects that need to be completed.
Honestly, your niche may be the companies that made layoffs because they were worried about having too many people on payroll, but their sales stayed the same.
Exactly.
I mean, that could be a niche right there.
Definitely be the niche.
So now I know how you got into it. I kind of get an idea for your niche. Where are you finding your business?
Networking.
Really?
And that's why I'm in Rainmakers.
Sure.
As I grow, I'm hoping to network and find the partners and find the companies who need my services.
Sure. I would say one of the places I'd push you to start developing relationships with are sales trainers, are really anybody in the strategic advisor kind of circle, marketing people, marketing agencies, strategic business coaches. And in marketing, I mean strategy and deliverable, right? Business coaches, accountants, lawyers, anybody that's helping really make those tough business decisions. And hiring and firing is one of our tough business decisions.
Definitely.
HR consultants.
Yes, that is a big aspect.
That could be so like Ann's business. What is I'm trying to remember the name. That's Good HR would be a good possible circle for you. Tilson HR. We should introduce you to those guys.
Okay.
The both members. Kyle Lacey at Brandsway could be a good introduction. Just start building those people in your possible circle. What do you do differently when it comes to, if you ever come up a competitor, what do you think is the one thing that gives you the slight edge?
The slight edge, I keep getting the question when you put your phone number in the Yellow Pages, what is your industry? And it's hard because the industry really isn't temporary services, because we're not a manpower services, because I don't bring a secretary who sits in your office for a week. We're more of a professional services. So they're more of educated and well-experienced professionals. And we basically become that arm of your business, whether it's advertising, accounting, computer consulting. So it's more of the level of professional.
You're like a hired gun.
We are.
Because you've got a short amount of time period to accomplish something. You've got to make it happen. And you have a high expectation of results. Is that fair?
That's very fair.
Okay, so you got one chance to ask 1,500 members, and how many of our people this goes out to on the internet. How can we help you?
Networking. I mean, it's two-sided. I need the decision makers within companies who know there's work to be done. And we're going to help them get that done. So when we, finish the project, we shake hands and we say, appreciate the work. But on the other hand, I need to create the vendors, the partners around me to help me fulfill the needs of the company.
Amy Woodall will be a great introduction for you. She does sales training over at Trust Point. Great sponsor of Rainmakers, great friend of the association. She's creating a group called Vito, very important top officer. So even a sub circle out of Rainmakers that we can connect you to. That'd be a good bridge introduction. Not for hire. What a great name. Appreciate you. Have you as a member. Welcome aboard. You've been buzzed.
Hey, thank you.